5:22 a.m. and I didn't sleep whole night. Welcome back to our 147 day. This is one of the journey that I'm trying to record every single day of my day's activities. What are the things that I have learned each and every single stuff until I reach 365 days. But again, I have taken a pause from these specific journeys because of some reasons in my life what is going on. But still, from today onward, we have resumes. The main questions of the day to ask myself is, did I get better to them? Yes or no? And honestly, today was not a perfect day for me. And it was a very difficult day. But at the end, I did learn some of the important lessons that I'm going to share with you guys. We were watching from around the world. And I'm pretty much sure I don't know. Let me just fix up. It's the angle is coming sharper. Because at the starting of the day, whenever I started, I have started my day around 7:30 a.m. extremely early in the morning, which was June 11, 2026. And I had to go to the work, so I get myself ready and head over to the work. And thankfully, I reached to the work at sharp 9 a.m. And one thing I have been learning recently is the importance of evaluating yourself. Whenever you evaluate yourself, whether it is daily, weekly, or monthly, or maybe yearly, self evaluations will teach you a lot. At one of my jobs that I work, my supervisor gave us a yearly performance reviews. And during that meeting, as he point out, sometime I call out too much or arrive too late. And there is also a reasons behind to it because my father he diagnosed with the stage 4 kidney disease, and since he came to the United States, I have to take care of him, take him to the hospitals, book an appointment with the doctor. So I am taking care of everything myself, and as a result, I had to take a leave from the work. Yes, based on the call out as well as arriving late, I have because sometimes when you are living in the New York City, the train get delayed, especially in the busy hours, particularly 9 a.m. and 8 a.m. as well as sometimes 10 a.m. But I also realize something important. If you commit to something, you have to respect that commitment. For example, if I committed to building my muscles every single day, then I would definitely do the exercise, even though if I'm tired, even though if I have a very busy schedules. Because again, I'm committed to that specific scenario. Hey, Nazia, how are you doing? So that's the lessons which I have learned from that particular jobs. And one delay is understandable, but if the lateness becomes a pattern, then it affects the whole operations. So what exactly do I mean by that? For example, whenever you're working as a team, whether it is in workplace or whether it is in your personal projects, so at that times, if one times you made a mistakes or delay some things, then that's kind of acceptable. But if that things repeat multiple different times, then obviously the project could not be completed on times. Where am I? And these particular lessons that also helped me to become more serious about being on times and also being more responsible of my work. Because again, I have told them that hey, at these specific times I will be there, but if not, if you do not arrive at that times, that doesn't make any sense. And after work, I had another meetings with my colleagues, and during that meetings, my school second jobs kept calling me again and again because the assistant managers called me around 15 different times, and then the manager was also calling me, general manager who was calling me like maybe multiple different times, and the reasons was that someone had an emergency, and because of that emergency he didn't show up, he just called out. and they didn't have the backup. They didn't have the backup plan, so they want some other person to come in and do the closing. So at first, I explained that I was extremely tired and I had only slept like 4 hours because I already worked since the mornings, which was 7 a.m. I got out from the house, went to the work, started the work at, hey, Shawan Summer, sugar cookie. What do you mean, bro? I'm not cooking anything. I'm just evaluating of that, and hopefully next time so I'm gonna show you something that I cook, but I'm not cooking at the moment. So obviously, I explained him the situation that hey, I'm very tired. I had only slept like 4 hours. I'd already worked one of the morning shift, and my bodies need some rest. But they kept like pushing your ass off that hey, eventually I have to say yes. I have no other options. And that was the biggest mistake of the day, which I make was whenever any of your manager, any of your colleagues was pushing too much, relax. Relax first, relax yourself. Ask yourself that is it worth it in the first place? And what is the reasons behind this guy? He's pushing you so much to do his work or have a backup. Hey Aladdin, how are you doing, brother? Where are you from? I'm live stream from the New York City. And by the way, the New York basketball team, they also won the game. So we are expecting to get into the final. So, and that was the biggest mistake of the day, which I have made was, yeah, I understand, bro, but for some jobs you can't. Yep, you know it, the New York basket. It was so crazy in New York City whenever they won the games. Entire Fifth Avenue, Sixth Avenue, it was blocked. People were jumping around and they were just doing a lot of crazy stuff. And obviously, that is the biggest mistake which I said earlier I made. And all again from my first job, I already came home and I was so tired and I need to recover myself. But because they, which means those other people there, but you don't look like American. You look like Asian. I am Asian, not too. I'm Asian, bro. Who said that I'm American? Hell no, I'm not American. So back to the topic. So whenever I came back home, it was around 8:30 p.m. And again, I had to went back to the work because of the fog. I'm sorry to use those bad words. Lol, nice to meet you. Good to meet you as well, bro. I'm not American, bro. And when I reached there in my second jobs, it was late night shift. I reached there, I realized that the working condition was terrible because outside was so hot today. It was around 28 degrees Celsius. And if I convert it to the Fahrenheit, that would be 82 degree Fahrenheit, which is crazy hot. And there was no proper air conditions, and the place felt extremely, extremely hot because today, outside as well as inside, it is kind of a hot. So at one point, my body felt overheated. I had to take off my entire shirt to go to the restrooms and put some water on myself and continue the work. And because, bro, outside is so hot, and when you are trying to build your body at that time, your body gains so much fat to have muscles, to have every single stuff. And if you can go over through my channel, you will see that I do exercise a lot. But as a result of that, since my body's temperature and the outside temperature is not adjusting, so it just heat up so badly. So the moment taught me a serious lessons, very important. Never sacrifice your health for a jobs that does not truly care about your health. That is so fucking important. Doesn't really matter how much amount of money they pay, it is crucial. And yes, work is important. Afghan, Indian, or Pakistan Indian. Bro, no, I'm not. I'm not even Indian or Pakistan, trust me. So another lessons I learned today is about wait, I just skipped something because I noted down every single stuff before coming in the live streams to ensure that I tell my days in a structural way. So never sacrifice your health for a job that does not truly care about your health, which is very important. And yes, The work is important. You have to work because if you do not work, you would not get money. And responsibility is important. If you are a manager or assistant manager, you are responsible to take care of your own positions on jobs. But the health come first. Doesn't really matter whatever things that you work, health come first. And obviously, if you lose your jobs, then you can able to replace your jobs, but you cannot replace your body. You have your one body, not multiple body. And another lessons I learned today was having a boundaries, which is extremely, extremely you can tell what. Oh no, don't you lie to me, brother. Bro, what do you mean? I'm lying. I'm not Afghan or any countries. I look like Pakistani. Many people comment about that, but I'm not. Um, Another lessons I learned today is about having the boundaries. When someone asks you for a help, especially when you are exhausted, when you are very tired, do not say yes immediately. Instead, pause, take a moment, think about it, check your bodies, check your schedules, particularly uh, your calendar, check your priorities. That is very important, and then make decisions. I'm going to give you best examples in my own word. Is let's say if anyone asks you for your favor, that can be done either your manager, assistant manager, or supervisors, or any of your friends. Don't be ashamed, brother. No, I'm not Afghan, bro. But I'm gonna tell you later. Tell them hell no. I'm I'm on break. Yeah, the shit. The one armed Bundy, bro. That is true. I do the same thing in the past, but today for some reasons I didn't realize that it is crucial to have that kind of boundaries. That hell no, I'm on the break, bro. So that is crucial. So what I was saying earlier is whenever if somebody asks for the favor, it is crucial. First of all, check your priorities. Take a 5 minute pause, a 3 minute pause. If you're in the break, just straightforward tell them, hey, I'm in the break. Please do not disturb. I have to have my own lunch, which is crucial. Because if you do not take your break on time, because in my first job, my supervisor, she was changing my schedule lunchtime from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. I got shocked. I was realized, wait a minute, XYZ person, what is going on? I would like to know because I get extremely, extremely hungry at 1 p.m. And if I stay there after 1 hour, that's going to mess things up. Um, then she was saying that everyone is going the break at the same time, so nobody's there to handle in the front desk. I immediately thought, bro, I completely understand your concerns, but unfortunately, I have to also take care of myself. So, yep, that's the thing you have to do because once you say yes, if somebody asks for a favor, even though you are having all those issues, and once you say yes, you are carrying that responsibilities, and it doesn't really matter whether you are feeling tired, whether you are feeling ill. If you do not show up, they will gonna point the finger at you or at me that, hey, you said yes, you will gonna show up, why you are saying no at the last moment. And today I learned that being kind does not mean destroying yourself for the other people. You can help people, but you should not become a slave to their emergency. Another thing I realize is that sleep is not optional, and sleep is a part of a discipline. And if you are not sleeping properly, is your body, mind, focus, emotions, and performance will suffer, which is the fact. If you're a student, then you can able to observe that easily, especially whenever you didn't sleep, you could not able to memorize certain concepts. It become very difficult for you to understand a very easy concepts when your mind is not awake. Although plays do break in group that the productions don't stop. Yes, yeah. If you take a break in between, I would guess that is the fact that where the productivity does increase. I tried out. That is something called as a Pomodoro techniques. You can just try it out, and obviously. sleeping perspective, which is important, one of my colleagues who always will recommend me that, hey, the average sleep you should get was 7 hour. But unfortunately, in my case, whenever you are dealing with one project, dealing with two different jobs, dealing with a full-time student at the same time, I got into an Ivy League college in Colombia and dealing with everything. Sometimes I had to sleep like only 3 hour. Last night I slept 4 hour. Today maybe I'm gonna sleep only 3 hour. Why is that? You will ask me. Is because, bro, tomorrow I have to wake up and attend this admission planning day at Columbia University. So that is the reasons I had to no other options. But again, I do learn that sleep is crucial and you have to take it very seriously because where am I at? Yes, one of my coworker reminded me that sleep I should sleep at least 6 to 7 hours, and I took that advice seriously because I can feel the difference in my body when I do not sleep enough. And how did I know that? No, you will get illness, and rest is important. Yeah, rest is important. You dad see yell as loud as you can for 60 bucks. If I do that, my landlord will gonna kick me out of the house. Okay. So one of my coworker he reminded me that the 6 to 7 hours sleep is important, and let me know how many hours do you guys sleep. Because I took advice that seriously. I tried out. I slept 7 hours straight, 8 hours straight. My body works so functional that so functional I couldn't even imagine. And again, I was also living in semi-basement, so that is the reasons the people who are living at the top of the house, these people will gonna freak out so badly if I scream so loud. And that is the another issues. But hopefully maybe one day or day once, whenever I will get a big streamer at that time, I'm gonna do that. And since I didn't sleep for like 7 to 6 hours today, my eyes felt extremely tired, number one, and my body also felt weak. I was not operating my best. Even I'm pretty much sure those who live in the city, what we do is whenever our body is feeling tired, we take a monster, we take a Red Bulls. That work perfectly fine, but if we're talking about the long term effect, it will gonna manipulate with your sleeping cycles, which I have experienced in the past. So, did I get a better today? The answer is yes or and no. For the work discipline, yes, I got better. But I showed up, I worked hard, I learned about the responsibilities. Why is that? Because I have said yes at the earlier stage. So that is the reasons I had to show up, no other options. For the health perspective, absolutely no. I did not protect my body properly. And as I have said earlier, that you can lose your jobs and you can replace your jobs, but once you lose your body's health conditions, and it become very difficult to recover it. And especially the people who is very ill, ask them about the value they wish they should have for their body. Wait. And for the boundaries perspective, I learned that lessons that if but I do not apply it perfectly. And hopefully next times or in the future down to the lines, I will definitely gonna take it seriously, especially having my own boundaries. And for consistency, yes, even though I was tired, I still showed up to reflect that record as well as continue this journey, such as to ensure that I'm loyal to that manager or to ensure that particular organizations. So overall, I would say yes, I got better today because I learned clearly what I need to improve for tomorrow. Why am I saying that statement? You're gonna ask. Is because first and first, I learned in a hard way that you should not say yes. You should have to follow your boundaries. Secondly, I learned that sleep is extremely crucial. And thirdly, I have also realized is you should not try to obstruct your sleep by taking excessive amount of caffeine, whether it is Monster or Red Bull, but instead try to manage your sleep properly. So the biggest lessons from the day are was be on the time when you commit to something, which can be to the work, which can be to any kind of meetings, whichever activities that you want to do. Just be on the times, be committed to it. And second lessons would be, do not say yes immediately when somebody pressures you, whether it can be manager, assistant manager, doesn't really matter. But be careful whether you are putting your health into a risk by saying yes. And if you say yes, they will gonna point the finger at you, and we're gonna tell that, hey, you said yes and to show up in the work, but you didn't show up. And third lessons I learned: protect your health before protecting someone else's schedules. Is they will gonna give you schedules. They doesn't care whether you will be healthy, wealthy. Employer doesn't give a damn shit. As long as you come and showed up and work for him, they're loyal to you. As long as whenever you tell them that, hey, this is the personal problems that I'm having, they're gonna either fire you or they're gonna either look for some alternative persons um, to replace you. So that is the reasons. First thing first, protect your health. If you lose one job, you will get another one immediately. Sleep is a part of success. I absolutely agree with it. But whenever my schedule get very, very busy, I couldn't really maintain it. But definitely, I'm going to take this advice very seriously. Fifth one, work hard, but do not let work destroy you. Work hard, it means that you have to work hard. That's fine. But you should not work hard for other persons because they want help from you. All right. As I mentioned earlier about the jobs related stuff, make sure if you work on the jobs, then you will make a living. But if you work on yourself, you will make a fortune. That's a quote which I have learned. Be consistent even when the day is not perfect. For example, today I came home very, very tired. One of my cousin brother, he was saying, hey, bro, it's late night, 5 or 4 a.m. You need to go to sleep. So you should do workout early in the morning. Or just right now, go to sleep. But unfortunately, I have to do the workout because I need to be more consistent. When which I did. Your body is an investment. Take care of it. And why am I saying that? Is because the things that you're gonna take into your body will eventually burn out and it will gonna produce. One thing I also notice is that small, consistent actions are changing my life. My body has changed compared to a few months ago because I stayed consistent with the food, protein, exercise, and disciplines. And let me show you. There you go. That's the protein shake which I have built for myself. And inside this protein shake, particularly this one inside, where I put raw eggs, avocado, honey, coconut water, as well as what is the name? Protein powder and what else? And instant oat and everything blend together. That is the protein shakes I'm talking about. That remind me that small habits matter a lot. You may not see the results in one day, but if you stay consistent, one day you will gonna look back and realize that I changed because I kept showing up, whether it is to yourself or doing just any general activities. And so my message for the today would be is do not wait for the life to become easy before you become disciplined. Because if you become disciplined, then obviously the life will definitely gonna become easy. And learn from the hard days. Because hard days, do not take it for regret. You have to learn it in a more serious way. And protect your health, which is crucial, and respect your time, very important. Because if you do not respect your times, other people would not going to respect you as well. They're going to try best to utilize you, whether it is just having conversations or just asking for help. And keep show up. For example, tomorrow there is a meetings, even though I'll just keep show up and try to attend as much as possible. If I couldn't attend, maybe from 10 to till 1, I just left. Did I get better today? If yes, before, yeah, keep sure before. I live in this particular live streams, let me just ask myself few of the question. Even though we were watching, even if myself is watching this live stream, maybe down to the line 5 or 6 years later, I might be thinking, what the heck am I just reading from here? Honestly speaking, I try my best to organize the stuff in a notepad so that I cannot go out of the topics and invest other people's times as well as my times down to the line. So there is the reasons those bullet point, those lines I'm just reading out loud and then eventually explaining to it. Did I get better? If yes, how? Um, if no, what lessons today teach me? Wait, wait, wait. These are the questions we were watching right now or maybe in the future. Just ask yourself, did you get better today? If yes, just let me know what are the ways that you got better for today, the activity. Because these are the same questions Kobe Brown he used to ask that, hey, did I get better today? If yes, then thumbs up. If you didn't get better, just ask yourself what are the things that you can able to improve. And if you didn't get better, another question also you can tell yourself, okay, what are the lessons that I have learned today? And make sure, let me know, did you get better today? Yes or no in the comment. Maybe 5 or 10 years from now, I'm gonna look into this video and tell myself, holy cow, at 5:48 a.m. I created this video and I was just speaking to myself, and there is around 13 people who are watching. And thankfully, no, okay, just explain me in the comment, and hopefully, I will gonna respond each and every single of your comment. And I had to leave right now, but definitely it was pleasure meeting with many of the people here who just showed up. Some of them just random, but still I appreciate it as a small creator. Uh, my main goal of today would be just try to be consistent, be showed up. Doesn't really matter whether things go according to the plan, doesn't go according to the plan, and take your health seriously. There you go, my protein shake. I'm gonna end the streams and I'm gonna catch you up guys next time.